Good morning. So during the last two classes, you have been working on drawing your cacti, adding texture to them, and then also sharpieing. Today, I am going to do a demonstration to show you how to start adding color to the project. And you have two options. You can use marker for this. Actually, you have three: marker, crayons, or watercolor paints. I would prefer that you use watercolor paints or markers. However, if you don't have those, you can use crayons. So I will do that demonstration in just a second. Well, hey guys, I recorded the video once and my iPad shut off for some reason. So as you can see, I've already colored some. I'm gonna do the demonstration again, so I will just color some more. You have two options. You can either use marker for this part. Actually, I'm going to say three. You can either use marker for your cacti in your vase, or you can use watercolor paints, or you can use colored pencil. Watercolor would probably be the fastest, but I'm kind of getting tired of watercolors, so I kind of want to steer you in the direction of either colored pencils or markers. The one area where I do want you to use watercolors though, if you have them, is in your background. I already know that you all know how to use watercolors, so I don't want to do that demonstration. However, make sure you're listening to me right now. I want you to paint your background first and then let it dry a little bit. Now, drying is not going to take a long time. It can be damp. I just don't want puddles on it. But then once it starts drying, you can move on to markering or using colored pencil on your cacti and your vase, okay? So I don't care how you color this. You can make it like it's sitting in a house and there's a wall, like a paint color and a table, or you can have it like it's sitting on, like in the dirt in the desert or the sand in the desert, and there's a sunset or a sunrise or a blue sky. You decide, okay? But do the background first with your watercolor paints. If you're not using watercolor paints for the background, it doesn't matter which one you do first, okay? So, I'm gonna start with the vase, just because I have those markers here with me right now. In the last video, was talking about how we added all these designs and patterns in, not so that we can color this whole entire space one solid color, but so that we can make a pattern, okay? And it looks much fancier, I guess, if we do that. So I was using a pink, white, pink, white, pink, white pattern, and I would just continue on with that. Notice that I'm tracing around the outside edge of the shape first. That makes it much easier for me to stay in the lines when I'm coloring it in, okay? I want you to make sure that you're filling all the white space, really taking your time and staying in the lines. So maybe I want my other color to be yellow. It's kind of your call. But we want these to be really bright and colorful. So just make sure, keep that in mind as you're picking your colors. It is okay to use black as part of your design in your vase. The only thing that I do want to say is if you're using like a black washable marker, like one of these, do all of your black last. Like it is the absolute last thing that you will do on the project, because if you do black and then you marker another color next to it, you're going to end up smudging the black into that other color and it's going to look dirty, and I don't think you'll be very happy with it. On the other hand, if you decide to use your Sharpie as your black marker, since it's permanent, that won't be a problem. So it doesn't matter unless you're using one of these washable markers, okay? So you would color your whole entire vase really bright and really colorful. In the cactus part, this is dirt in here. That rounded line is still part of your vase, so you'll have to color that as a vase color. I'm going to add this as brown simply because it's dirt. There's some dirt here. Actually, I think that my vase would technically, yep, my vase would actually show up back here also. So that area up there would also be dirt right here. And this is dirt over here. Okay. If you would like to, you can take a black marker or a black Sharpie. And again, I would do this at the end and just put a few little lines. I don't know if this shows up in the camera or not, but it just makes your dirt look a little bit more, a little less flat, I should say. Okay. For the cactus, what I did here is made like the part that would be the closest, because the cactus would actually kind of wrap around. So the part that would be sticking out the closest to me, I made the yellow. And then I colored the green in the other areas, like this. I'm not going to color the whole thing because I don't want to make the video too long. But then I just kind of, a little sketchy there, bring my green into my yellow. Now typically I don't like to do this because it makes my yellow dirty, but I'm going to bring my yellow marker back and forth into that green a little bit because it starts to make it look like a yellow green instead of like such a bright yellow. Okay. Before you use your yellow again though, you're going to kind of want to twist it around like we do with oil pastels, just to get some of that green off of the tip of it. Okay. You could also do the same thing with some blue along the outside edge to make it look a little bit more like your cactus is curving around. But when you do that, you also would try to blend the green into that blue a little bit to make it not such a drastic change from the green to the blue. Okay? So you are going to have next class time to work on this as well, so please don't rush. Just take your time and do a good job, and I think these are going to turn out super cool. If you have any questions, please let me know.